We continue on page 2 with the blessing over the Shabbat candles.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
On page 5 is the Shabbat Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho bi'ahava uv'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh zecher litziyat Mitzrayim kivanu v'charta v'yotanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha b'yahava uv'ratzon hinchalatanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Amen. Pages 20 and 21, we welcome Shabbat with Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala v'nei Shabbat lekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala v'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala v'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad Ishmianu el hamiuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad L'shem tiferet v'letila Lecha dodi likrat kala Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala v'nei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelchav ki mikol habracha me'rosh nikedem nesucha Seven Shabbat Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Hit oreri, ki va'orech kumi ori, uri, shir daberi, kivod Adonai alayich nigla. Lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela.
We rise for verse 9.
Shalom ateret ba'ala, gam b'simcha u'b'tzola, toch emunei am segula. Boi chala, lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela.
Page 26, Chatzi Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabba. Bi'alma divarach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon uv'yomechon. Uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala. Uvizman kahari v'imeru. Yehei Shemei Rabba Mevarach Le'alam u'le'almei almaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal Shemei dekudesha Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alama ve'imeru. Amen. Page 28 is our call to prayer. Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Let's read together at the top of page 31. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'ma'ariv Aravim. Pages 34 and 35, Shema Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Avad.
Please be seated, and we will continue on page 36. V'ahavtaha et Adonai Elohecha B'chol levavecha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha uvelechtecha v'derech uveshochbecha uvekumecha ukeshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha uchitavtam al mezuzahot beitecha uvisharecha lema'an tizkeruhu va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'item kedoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem. Page 39. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. Page 40, Micha Mocha. Let's read together at the top of page 43. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom aleinu, v'al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim. Page 44, Vishamru.
Vishamru et HaShabbat. ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש.
Page 46, we rise for tefillah.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufiyah tehillatech.
Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei HaKol, V'Zocher Chastei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, L'ma'an Shemo B'Ahava, Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen, Baruch Atah Adonai, in Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia, Mashiv HaRuach, Umorid Haga Hashem, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofeh Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayehem Emunato, Li'shenei Afar, Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memihid, Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman Atala HaChayot HaKol, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol. Atah Kadosh V'Shimcha Kadosh, U'Kadoshim B'chol Yom Yahalelucha Selah. Baruch Atah Adonai, El HaKadosh. Please be seated. Let's read together at the top of page 57 in English. Ever-present one, may we, your people Israel, be worthy in our deeds and our prayer. Wherever we live, wherever we seek you, in this land, in Zion restored, in all lands, you are our God, whom alone we serve in reverence. Baruch atah Adonai, sha'otecha levadcha b'yirah na'avod. Page 59. You notice in the margins of the prayer book, both on the right and the left, there are sections that indicate where in the tefillah, where in the central part of our prayer service we happen to be located. And this, on pages 58 and 59, is the Hoda'ah section, appropriate every week, but especially this week because Hoda'ah is about giving thanks. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'el lehodot. Pause now for a few moments of quiet reflection, followed by Ledor Vador on the inside of our service handouts. Thank you for bringing that to us, Susan. We continue on page 253 as we think of all who are in need of healing of body and spirit. Mi sheberach avotenu ve'imotenu, Avraham, Yitzchak, ve'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah, hu yivarech et hacholim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu yimalei rachamim alehem, la'achalimam u'larap otam u'la'achazikam, v'shlach lahem mehera refuah shalema min hashamayim, refuat hanefesh u'refuat haguf, hashta ba'galav v'zman kariv v'nomar. Amen. This Shabbat we think especially of the following people: Alan Brockman, Dolores Brubaker, Dr. Sarah Chabon, Mike Carbone, Lauren Fairchild, Valerie Frank, Marcia French, Tom French, Alex Goldstein, Clara Gilliams, Elizabeth Hyder, Kate Lane, Marcia Fenivez Liddy, Jody Lokshin, Judine Luntz, Chris Maurer, Rick Monsell, Alan Rothman, Monique Sayan, Pat Sherman, Mark Sirac, Sharon Smith, Kristen Spedich, Tom Stefan, Kelly Swab, Barbara Turkeltaub, David Waltz, Malka Wayne, Florence Weaver, Lee Zimmerman, Shana Rachel Bat Aryeh, Valea Hinda. If you have other names to share for the prayer for healing, I invite you to share those now. Page 259. Please rise as we begin our prayers for the state of Israel. Page 259, followed by page 374. Avinu, Avinu, Sheba Shamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'go Alohu. Barech, Barech, et Medinat Yisrael, Reshit tzmichat geulateinu, Hagen aleha be'evrat chasdecha, Uferos aleha sukat shalomecha. Avinu, Avinu, Sheba Shamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'go Alohu.
Take the
Please be seated. Shabbat Shalom. This is the Shabbat after Thanksgiving, as things usually happen. Friday comes right after Thursday, and Thanksgiving is always on a Thursday. And on Thanksgiving, people travel or they don't. You can travel far, you can travel not so far, or as our family did last night, we traveled not that far, but it took a very long time because we went into Cleveland, where we can give thanks in Canton that news comes to us late, including lake effect snow. So our journey took us a little longer than we anticipated, but it was worth it. Some people are traveling to visit family locally. Some are traveling to visit family far away. For some, Thanksgiving is a joyous time of connection. For others, it can stir up loneliness. It can stir up positive memories or complicated memories. And then we get Shabbat. We always need Shabbat every week, but especially after we have spent a day possibly eating and watching football and doing nothing productive. Then we need to rest. And this Shabbat, our rest tells us about Thanksgiving. It tells us about a journey, geographic journeys, spiritual journeys, and emotional journeys. In this week's Torah portion, Vayetze, we encountered Jacob, our ancestor, at a moment of transition in his life. He was doing the opposite of Thanksgiving. He was not going home. He was fleeing his home after deceiving his father and angering his brother. Jacob was alone for the first time in his life, and the text does not tell us what Jacob packed for this journey, but we can imagine that he was carrying a lot of emotional baggage, if not Samsonite. And then, with the sun setting, Jacob lies down using a stone for a pillow. And it's an uncomfortable, vulnerable image to see someone sleeping with their head on a pillow. There was a horrendous made-for-TV movie toward the end of Lucille Ball's life called Stone Pillow, and I could not recommend it less. But if you want to have an image, you can just Google stone pillow. When Jacob, our ancestor, finally falls asleep, his dream fills the night sky. His head resting on a pillow, he dreams of a ladder that stretches toward heaven, with angels going up the ladder and coming down the ladder, and with God standing right there beside Jacob himself. And at the center of Jacob's dream is a promise that God makes to him: I am with you, I will protect you wherever you go. And this is the moment when Jacob, who was not yet Israel, he becomes Israel in next week's Torah portion. This is the moment when Jacob realizes that even in his fear, even in his time of discomfort in the wilderness, even in the aftermath of a family conflict that he helped to create, even then, God is present. And when Jacob awakes from his dream, shaken and amazed, he says words which resonate across centuries. Achen yesh Adonai b'makom hazeh v'anochi lo yadati. Surely God is in this place, and I did not know it. And that is gratitude, Thanksgiving, a holiday explicitly about giving thanks. But if we're being honest, gratitude does not always come easily. Sometimes it emerges only after we have had a moment to pause, to breathe, and to reflect. Like Jacob, we often only recognize God's presence after the fact, when the rush of the moment subsides. For some, Thanksgiving is joyful. For others, it's complicated. It's a time for travel delays. It's a time to, like Jacob and Esau, reunite with people with whom there might be rough edges. It's a time when we remember empty chairs at the table and their family tensions, simply the heaviness that comes after a long year. And there's joy. And Jacob teaches us that holiness is not limited only to the joy. It is not limited only to the smooth paths or to the easy gatherings. Holiness can also appear when we are tired, when we're unsure, when we're carrying a lot of excess emotional baggage. And in this way, Jacob's stone pillow becomes for him a sacred monument. Jacob's dream emerges from discomfort. His blessings come not at home in the comfort of his own bed, but on the road. And a core message of Parashat Vayetze is that God's presence does not wait for perfect settings or moments. God's presence is not always while we are comfortable in our own pajamas, in our own bed, surrounded by our own things. God meets Jacob on the journey, not at the destination. In Judaism, holiness is something that we discover as much as it is something that we help to create. And this Shabbat of Thanksgiving invites us to ask, where in our own journeys have we discovered holiness without realizing it at the time? Maybe it was a moment of connection with a stranger, a quiet conversation with someone we love, the relief of arriving safely after traveling, or the simple gift of waking up each day. Sometimes we don't know the meaning of an experience until we take a breath, step back, and recognize the gratitude that is hiding underneath the normal. Rashi comments that Jacob's ladder, this ascending and descending angels, symbolizes the arc of a lifetime, with angels going up with our prayers and descending with God's response, intertwining our earthly steps with something greater. In America, Thanksgiving is also about this ladder. It is about the arc of a lifetime, the lifetime of an individual and the lifetime of a country. Remembering the blessings that have carried us, acknowledging the people who have supported us, and sometimes noticing the quiet helps that we have overlooked. And Jacob models this for us. Jacob wakes up from his dream, and immediately he marks that spot. He builds a pillar and declares it to be a place of God. And he takes the time to recognize the experience rather than just rushing on. In the same way that in the next book of the Torah, Moses will encounter the burning bush and stop and recognize that something extraordinary has happened. Like Jacob and like Moses, we should also pause long enough, sometimes, to see the sacredness in our own steps. Thanksgiving comes at the end of one season and the beginning of the next. It comes at the beginning of the Hebrew month of Kislev. It comes as we see this week, at least in our neighborhood. It is getting darker, it is getting colder, the wind is blowing, it is late fall, getting ready for winter. And then Parashat Vayetze offers us some comfort and some challenge. Comfort in the assurance that wherever we go, whatever we face, God is with us. And challenge in the invitation to notice holiness even in the imperfect places, to give thanks for the warmth inside because it is cold outside. This Shabbat, I invite each of us to choose a memory, something small or something monumental, and ask ourselves, what blessings have we discovered on our journeys that we almost overlooked? Jacob's journey becomes our journey, the beginning of the Jewish people's story. It's the story of his marriages, his children, his future becoming Israel. But that story begins here with a tired traveler sleeping on a stone pillow and the sudden awareness that even the hardest places can hold unexpected blessing. Our story begins with an uncomfortable night's sleep and a struggle, a ladder going up and down, and then next week, a struggle with an angel, with a divine being. And so we struggle, but we come out of it blessed. And so may we enter this Shabbat with open eyes and grateful hearts, with a sense of holiness in our own journeys, so that we don't stop giving thanks just because the meal is over. That we, like Jacob, learn to say, God is in this place, and I am beginning to know it. Shabbat Shalom. We will continue our worship on page 282. Page 282, as we rise for Aleinu L'Shabeach, the middle of page 2. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, la'tet gedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kigoye haratzot, velo samanu kimishbechot ha'adama, shelo samachel kenu kahem, vigoraleinu kechol hamonam.
ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר היה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
We continue on page 294. This Shabbat, we commemorate the anniversaries of the deaths of the following people before we recite the words of Mourner's Kaddish: Bertha Baskin, Meyer E. Block, Beatrice N. Buxbaum, David M. Cahotis, Martha Cohen Fenivez, Dr. A. Alvin Fisher, Irene Gelb, Ruth Green, Harry Lavin, Beryl Myers, Louise Nussbaum, Faye Pontel, Benjamin Raxlin, Bessie Robbins, Milton Robbins, Lawrence J. Roth, Ruth Routman, Harold William Savage, Genoefa Sinopoli, Sandra Sweet, Elizabeth Weiss, Murray Winkler, and Bob Yelsky. As well, we remember two who have died in more recent days, Marcia Hirsch and Marge Fearman. If you have other names to share for Kaddish, I invite you to share those now. Thank you. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, b'alma divarach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon u'b'yomechon u'v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agalav v'zman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'le'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudesha barichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'aniran bi'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael,
Please be seated. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. will close with an upbeat number on page 340 at the top of the page, Hevenu Shalom Aleichem.
Hevenu Shalom Aleichem, Aleichem, Hevenu Shalom, Hevenu Shalom Aleichem, Aleichem, Hevenu Shalom, Imdei Matov Ulanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad, Imdei Matov Ulanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad, Hevenu Shalom Aleichem, Aleichem, Hevenu Shalom, Hevenu Shalom Aleichem, Aleichem, Hevenu, Aleichem, Hevenu, Aleichem, Hevenu Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. If you want a microcosm of peace in the world, where'd you go to college?
Michigan.
Where'd you go to college, Ronit? And their friends. Let there be peace on earth. Shabbat Shalom. Please help yourselves to challah.
It's funny.
Be careful, don't let it blend in with the wood. Shabbat Shalom.
Meetings are very sporadic, but it's pleasant to see.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Susie, what did Dr. B, what Dr. Johnny Cash eat yesterday?
I have no idea.
He doesn't eat turkey, does he?
Well, yeah, I mean, I have no idea what he ate. I think he eats turkey. Yeah. I don't know.
Trust him.
They did to that turkey. There was nothing like, I mean, they picked those balls. The breastbone was sticking out, looked like a shark fin.
It was all that, yeah, it all went too. I don't think there was any turkey leftovers.
Of course not.
It was good.
You cut the Twinkie?
Robbie cooked the turkey.
You have to get import turkey cutter.
Yeah.
They go for sure.
early tomorrow. So Sunday is